Hey guys, welcome to Tamworth Topdeck. Today I'm bringing you a deck profile of my Ancient Gear Metalfoe deck. It is currently like 1:30 in the morning, and I forgot that I didn't have a deck profile for you guys. So I'm going to bring this. It's a decent deck, decent budget deck. I'm enjoying playing it. I'm loving playing. Well, I say budget. There's like one card in here that's not, but it's not a mandatory card, but I'll get to that when I get to it. It's more of a spicy tech that I may or may not have stolen from someone. But yeah, it's pretty decent deck. I'm just going to go through it. I'll go over the new Ancient Gear cards, because obviously this is post Structure Deck. Structure Deck was released about a week and a half ago maybe. So we are just going to get into it. So we start off with 2 Ancient Gear Reactor Dragons. So this is your new boss monster for Ancient Gears. Kind of outshines Gear Golem quite a lot. Obviously you special it's level 9, which is relevant if you decide to play Enter Blastnir, or any other generic rank 9s. So obviously it's got its basic Ancient Gear attack when it effect when it attacks, so your opponent can't activate spells and traps and stuff. And then end of damage step, when this card does attack, it can pop any spell or trap card on the field. So you can obviously use it on Gear Town, like Fortress, sorry. Or you can just use it to pop your opponent's back row. You can. It's kind of a steamroller card. It can progress the board state quite a lot. Next is 3 Wyvern. This guy is definitely a staple at 3 in any Ancient Gear deck, I feel. It's, no matter like what variant you're going with, it's just really good. When it's normal or special, you can search any Ancient Gear card from your deck to your hand. So it can be monster, spell, trap, it can be anything. The only drawback with this effect is that you can't set cards for the rest of the turn after this effect's activated. And obviously playing Metalfoe variant, you have to make sure that this is the last thing you do. Like after you've done your pops with the scales and that. And then obviously it's got the standard, when it attacks your opponent can't activate cards. And then last for the main deck Ancient Gear monsters, I've got the 2 Hunting Hound because I am playing some of the fusions. And obviously it's a poly on legs. The normal summon burn for 600 is also kind of nice. But yeah, definitely light on the Ancient Gear side for this. And then onto the Metalfoes, I'm just going to play them all down because they're all generic-y stuff. So you get your 3 Evolved Flames, your 3 Gold Drivers, your 2 Silvereds, and your 2 Bismugear. So you have equal numbers of scales, so you've got 5 and 5. Obviously Bismugear and Evolved Flame being your 8s, and then Silvered and Gold Driver being your 5s. The point of the Metalfoes in this deck is to generate a huge amounts of advantage, because obviously you have to blow up face-up cards to set Metalfoe spells and traps. So if you're blowing up Fortress, Gear Town, all of that good stuff, you know, you're just replacing. You're essentially just gaining free advantage. And then the last 2 monsters, I'm playing the 1 Cleafort Scout and the 1 Cleafort Monolith. Shout outs to the guy on Reddit who was suggesting this idea. I mean, obviously, a lot of Metalfoe decks have been playing this in the past, but I never thought of playing this in Metalfoe Ancient Gears. And you'd be surprised how often this comes up. Obviously, it's only in here to make Infinity, the Nova Infinity play. But yeah, it's kind of nice. All you need to do is open up either this or Summoner's Art, plus 2 Metalfoe Scales, and you've got first turn Infinity. But I'll go over that at the end. Okay, so onto the spells. You've got your 6 Gear Towns. Triple Terraforming, some people think might be a bit much in this, but you get so much advantage off Gear Town with your Metalfoe Scales that having Triple Terraforming makes it just so much more consistent to see turn 1. You can obviously play with the ratios on the terraforming, so you don't have to play 3 and 3. I might drop this to 2. There's a couple of changes I'm going to be probably doing with the deck. I'll go over those briefly. So yeah, you got your 6 field spells. Then your 3 Fortress. This is another one of the new cards. It's really good. Basically, what it does is it's protection for your Ancient Gears. So the turn that they're normal or specialed, your opponent cannot target. I think it's target or destroy them. Yeah, they can't be targeted and they can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. And then at any point when an Ancient Gear monster's effect activates, your opponent can't respond. Yeah, they can't activate cards or effects in response to Ancient Gear effects, so they can't strike, they can't do anything. They can't do any of your effect negations and stuff. And then if this card gets blown up, you can special an Ancient Gear from your hand or graveyard, ignoring summoning conditions. So it's kind of like a mini Gear Town, because Gear Town can do hand, deck, and graveyard. This is just hand and graveyard, but it's 9 times out of 10 when this dies, you've got something to special. A majority of the time, people aren't going to destroy this just out of fear of you having something, if you having that Reactor Dragon in hand, or if you've got your graveyard set up already. But yeah, it's a pretty good card. The next card is Catapult. 3 of this. This is your combo starter. If you open this in Gear Town, then it equates to double Reactor Dragon, or any 2 Ancient Gear monsters that you need. I am thinking of cutting this though down to possibly 1. Like, it's a good card and it's great to open with, but there have been many times where I've dead drawn it late game, because like my board's already set up, or I have 1 monster on the board and I top deck this, and it only what it does is, if you control no monsters, you can target 1 face-up card you control, destroy it, and then this specials a Ancient Gear from deck, which is why I say this and Gear Town is double Reactor Dragon, because you activate Gear Town, activate this blows up Gear Town, this then resolves specialing 1, and then Gear Town then resolves specialing another. Yeah, it's a really good card. If you're playing just standard Ancient Gears, then keep this at 3. It's one of the best cards in the deck. But for this build, I'm thinking of dropping it. Not entirely, just like cutting it to 1, maybe 2. But yeah, I'm still testing the deck. I've still got some changes I would like to make. This isn't by no means the final build. Next up for generic-y stuff, we've got 2 Summoners Art and a Painful Decision. Painful Decision is too good. You're playing Metalfoes. It basically searches you either, well, it searches your low scale because it gets out your Gold, Driver and Silvers, which are both your level 1s. And then you've got the 2 Summoners Art. This has 2 uses. Obviously it searches Volflame if you need a high scale, or if you've already got your scales, it can search you the Scout to do the Scout combo, which I guess I can show at the end, just as a little bit of a thing. And then the rest of the deck is your Metalfoe spells and traps. So you've got the 1 fusion and the 1 full Metalfoe's fusion. I don't know how I feel about playing this. I've been playing it and it's come up like once to make an Outcast on my opponent's turn, but again, I might drop this. I might cut this out and play some other generically good traps or something, or maybe add in a couple more Ancient Gear monsters. And then in terms of traps, I just play double combination and double counter. Obviously you search these off your scales. This just gives you free advantage. You can pop this with Catapult, and it gets you into a scale. And then obviously counter just extends your plays, keeps you alive in some scenarios. So that's it for the main deck. It is 40 cards. As I say, there's a couple of things I'm looking to change, and same with the extra deck, which I'll go over now. There's like 1 or 2 things that I might change, but this is just the first draft. So we'll start with the Ancient Gear fusions. I play the 1 Chaos Giant and double Howitzer. This is the one you go into the most. It's like kind of stupid for what it is. Like, so this burns your opponent for 1,000. It's an activated effect during the main phase, so you can burn them for 1,000. It's unaffected by other card effects, and then if they kill this, you get to, well, if they kill it by battle or whatever, you get to special summon an Ancient Gear from deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. And then Chaos Gear Giants, it's difficult to summon, but it is summonable, because obviously it requires 4 Ancient Gear monsters to summon. But it's a 4.5k beat stick that can attack everything your opponent controls and inflict piercing. So this can steal your games if you can make it. It doesn't come up often, but it does come up sometimes. Next up for your Metalfoes fusions, you've got the 1 Alcahest, 1 Mithrilium and double Orichalc. I'm thinking about potentially adding in Adamante and maybe a Crimsonite. But these are obviously your best fusions. Like Alcahest, I don't go into that much. but it's just good to have because it can get you out of situations. Mithrilium obviously bounces cards and recycles your graveyard, and then Orichalc's just like best fusion. It's a huge beat stick, and if they remove it, you get to pop a card for free. And it's not even a card your opponent controls. You target one card on the field, so you can blow up Gear Town, you can blow up Combo, you can blow up Fortress, anything you need really. Again, it's good. It's good tool. I'm going to say toolbox. It's just got a lot of uses. And then onto your XCs, obviously you've got the Nova Infinity package for the Clees, Utopias, because best rank 4 and best rank 4 in the game, and then Castel because it clears problem monsters. Samurai can make OTKs. I'm thinking of potentially dropping this though. And then Dweller and Diamond Dyer. Dweller obviously can shut off graveyards, and I play Diamond Dyer because obviously you can use it to pop your own like Gear Towns and combos and Fortress, blow up an opponent's card and then get more advantage off it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck. I'm just going to go over the I've got one or two basic things real quick. So obviously, I mean these should be pretty obvious ones. So we'll just go with any two scales. It doesn't really matter. So what you do? So this is the first turn Clee combo. You literally need a full set of scales and Summoner's Art. So you activate Summoner's Art, and you get Scout. You then activate Scout and Scale, using its effect to pay 100 to search Monolith. Then you activate any other scale you feel like, use it to pop the Scout, and then set anything you like. And then obviously you activate other scale, pendulum summon these to make Nova Infinity. I mean, it's a pretty standard combo. I'm pretty sure that was the combo for it in Metalfoes anyway, but just in case you didn't know what that was. And then obviously if you open up this, like this is all you need really. If you're playing say Enter Blastnir, which is a pretty good rank 9, obviously you can use it to rip cards out your opponent's hand go first. You activate Gear Town, activate this, pop this. So then you'll special summon your two big dudes. I'm not playing Enter Blastnir myself because I'm only playing 2 of these. If I was playing a third, then I would consider it. Because if you do this combo go first and make Enter Blastnir, with the deck how it is now, your Gear Towns aren't as good when they get destroyed. They're only going to fetch you Wyvern and Hunting Hound. But obviously Enter Blastnir is not a bad shout, but it feels like for the sake of ripping one card out of your opponent's hand going first, as opposed to having 2 3k beat sticks on the board. But yeah, as I say, there's just some cool interactions that this deck has, and it's really fun to play. And I say it's really budget. Obviously, you don't need to play the Clee bit. I'm just doing it because I had them. You can obviously play more Ancient Gears or play more Scales or whatever. But yeah, it's a fun deck. It's a really fun deck. I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this. My apologies if I sound really groggy. I have been sick this week, so I'm still recovering from that. But yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this video, then please do leave a like. The support is greatly appreciated. Subscribe for more stuff. Look out for an update video coming tomorrow. There is a few things that I want to talk about and I want to discuss with you guys about this channel going forward and things for the future and all that jazz, but I will cover all of that tomorrow. So yeah, once again, if you guys have enjoyed, please like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I will see you all next time.